Welcome to our section of videos on conducting surveys, where we will walk you through what to do while surveying out in the field. These videos are meant to further illustrate aspects of the project protocol and supplementary materials, and not as a standalone guide on how to conduct surveys, so make sure to read over all documents on the project webpage before heading out into the field. The ideal time to conduct surveys is between May 1st and June 15th. Although if flows, weather, or access is an issue, surveys can be done as early as April 27th and as late as July 1st. The exact date within that time frame is chosen by the surveyor, although if you will be accessing private property, make sure to coordinate with the landowner when picking a date. Also, don't forget to consider flow levels for reaches that may fluctuate throughout the season. We cover bank swallow identification in depth in the Identification and Survey Techniques PowerPoint and the Quick ID reference, so I won't go into much detail here beyond pointing out the dark breastband that is the defining feature used to distinguish bank swallows from northern rough-winged swallows. Burrow identification will be covered later in this video. Additional helpful resources can include bird field guides and websites such as All About Birds. Now, time for surveys. Throughout surveys, travel to surveys, and while generally out in the field, keep an eye out for other places with habitat suitable for bank swallow colonies that can be safely and legally accessed. Opportunistic colony sightings and data collection are helpful too. Before we begin, I want to quickly note that although the survey example I will be taking you through is for a kayaking survey along a stream, the process is generally the same, regardless of habitat or survey method. Okay, so you're at the beginning of your reach or section, ready to start your survey. The first step is to fill in some initial data on your survey log datasheet. Record the survey area, primary surveyor name, county, habitat type, date, observer names, weather, the GPS coordinates, and record your method of survey and start time. Once you have noted your start time, you have officially begun your survey. You can now launch your kayak. As you kayak along, take note of the amount of suitable habitat you encounter. For example, 25% if there are cut banks on 1/4 of the reach, and note the general habitat you observe. These details will need to be recorded on your survey log at the end of your survey. When you come across holes in a cut bank, you will first need to determine if they are bank swallow burrows. Bank swallow burrows are usually arranged in horizontal rows, in vertical or nearly vertical eroding cut banks, and are oval in shape. Each burrow is about 2 inches tall by 3 inches wide, although some can be larger or irregularly shaped due to erosion or damage from predators. Here are some additional bank swallow colony examples in different habitats. If the burrows do not look like bank swallow burrows and there are no bank swallows present, then no data collection is needed. You can continue kayaking down the reach. If the burrows do look like bank swallow burrows, or you see bank swallows flying around, however, pull over to a side of the stream above the colony. You may want to beach your kayak if possible, and begin recording data on your colony inventory datasheet. If you were surveying from a boat, you would not need to stop, but would instead keep moving downstream along the colony as you collect data, before circling back to the top to complete your counts. Make sure to refer to the protocol for the Sacramento and Feather Rivers for guidance on motorboat surveys. Please continue on to Part 2 of conducting surveys for more information on the data to record at this step and for what to do next.